Hi, my name is Joshua Fons, and I'm going to be a second-year missionary at North Dakota State University. I attended the University of St. Thomas, where I ran track, and St. Thomas is not a Focus campus, and so I was actually new to Focus last year, but I was asked to actually start up the varsity Catholic program at North Dakota State. At the end of this year, I had made 3 new athlete disciples, AJ, who is a basketball player, and Dan and Garrett, who are both football players. So I want to talk to you guys today a little bit about how to make that transition of athletes who are just, maybe in their Bible study, just kind of doing stuff, it's actually into disciples. Because it's a hard transition to make, since athletes often are busy, they have a lot of other commitments, and they don't want to actually be fully committed to the idea of discipleship, living it out. And so, a couple things I want to talk to you guys today about. First, the idea of look for the low-hanging fruit. Often there are guys who are playing varsity sports at colleges who are already Catholic, who are already wanting to live their faith, but because of their busy schedule, because of everything that is demanded of them as athletes, they have not had the time really to practice it more deeply. They want someone to step into their lives and actually challenge them. That's what I found with both Dan and AJ. Dan I met at the very first FCA of the year. I was trying to go in undercover, but I wore my big Bison Catholic shirt. But anyway, it turned out to be providential because I sat down next to Dan, and Dan turns to me and says, "Hey, Bison Catholic, nice." And so we got lunch the next week, and we started up a Bible study the week after that. And then AJ, I heard he was a star player at the local Catholic school in high school, and so I sent him an email during that first couple weeks of the semester. He responds back, "Hey, yeah, let's get lunch." And so then we grabbed lunch, and I asked him if he wants to get a Bible study started on his basketball team, and so we do. Next week, walk into the locker room, and there are 11 of the 15 players there for the first Bible study. And so these guys are both this low-hanging fruit. They were ready. They needed someone who was willing to challenge them. And that was a key part of calling them both into discipleship, was that reality, I want to be someone in your life who challenges you to live out your faith to the highest level. You're a person who's performing athletically in the highest levels, but I want to challenge you to live your faith out at the highest level. I think 2 key aspects that occurred even before they were asked into discipleship that helped them then respond yes to the call to discipleship was being involved and immediately engaging their teammates, and being immediately taught how to pray and live out a life of prayer. So with both Dan and AJ, I immediately presented him first with the idea of getting a Bible study started on their team, so of them being a catalyst and kind of my point person on their team for getting a Bible study started. So with AJ, that happened very dramatically. 11 guys on his team showed up to the very first Bible study that he invited them to. With Dan, it happened a little slower, but Garrett, who's also in discipleship now, was one of the very first guys that he invited who showed up to Bible study. And now Garrett's been also working with me all year as in discipleship as well. And so immediately engaging both these guys in reaching out to their teammates created an enormous amount of buy-in. You could really tell they were committed right away. If they're going to step out on a limb and actually talk to others about it, it immediately builds their own commitment to it. And so it just naturally then leads to spiritual multiplication and their own leadership of those studies, which Dan and AJ are now both leading their own studies. The second thing was developing a life of prayer and a habit of prayer. Even before calling them into discipleship, I started working with them both on Lectio Divina, inviting them to come with me to adoration, just come to pray in the chapel, and building up their own habit of daily prayer. Since as they developed that, and as they've grown in the desire to read the scriptures and go deeper into spiritual reading, the idea of being asked to discipleship then to practice them more deeply, it was just the natural next step. And so I think both these things, helping them immediately engage their own teammates, and then developing their life of prayer, makes that call into discipleship not something so dramatic, but that next step, that moving up to the next level in their game, in their faith. So thank you very much for letting me talk to you guys today. God bless.